Hey there. It's very strange. It's like 5:45 in the morning and there's palm trees and sunlight in the background. That's the magic of video. It's pitch black outside. Um, so choosing your perspective. What does that mean? Why that title? Well, one of the things I was thinking about the other day is that life isn't good or bad. Sure, good or bad things happen to us, but life isn't good or bad. It's the perspective we put on it. Good and bad things happen to us, and we allow those good and bad things that happen to us, or they may not happen to us, we may make them happen. Whatever the case may be, why ever that good or bad thing exists, we take that moment and we place it as an overall condition. And I've done this, and maybe you have too, and I know lots of people do this. So I use that we, but I do this. And how can I learn from this? How can I help you learn from this? Well, one thing that happened, I talk about a lot, is my medical situation when doctors diagnosed me with having stage 4 cancer. And I knew that I had to give it a meaning. I couldn't just take it as a fact. This happened. If I did that, I'd wallow in the negative. I had to give it meaning. I had to find a purpose to it. And so it became less about that was diagnosed. It became much less about the diagnosis than what I would do with it and how I would live from that moment forward. And so the perspective that I had was where I was going, not where I was. And I didn't want to go someplace bad, so I focused on going someplace good. And in that, I realized that, yeah, the diagnosis was bad. That didn't mean my life was bad. It meant the diagnosis was bad. And what good could I use it for? Or how could I make my life good from that point? My life has only gotten better since then. That's the funny thing. They gave me this horrible diagnosis, and they didn't have a good prognosis to go along with it. You know, things were going to get steadily worse if you listened to what they said at that point. But my life has gotten steadily better since that, and I don't think it would have if I didn't have the right perspective. You know, this weekend was Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful that I was able to celebrate Thanksgiving. Even more so, since then, I have a new daughter-in-law, I have a new grandchild, 3.5-year-old grandchild, but new since that moment in time that I'm referring to. And my other son is with a girl that we hope will be our next daughter-in-law. And life has gotten really, really good from a family perspective and from many, many perspectives. It wasn't always the case. We've gone through financial struggles, marital struggles, health struggles, business struggles, all kinds of struggles over the years. But life is good, and life has been good, and I don't think it would have been if we didn't have that perspective of what we wanted to do. I was, yesterday, we listened to John Maxwell talk about you can't connect the dots going forward, you can only connect the dots going backwards. And there's a lot of truth to that. But your perspective on where you're going will help you to live through the future dots to be provided. So when a bad thing happens to you, and chances are there will be something that's going to be less than stellar that happens in your world, don't use that moment to put a judgment on what everything is. It's that thing. Keep it in perspective, and have a perspective of how you're going to make a positive, no matter how bleak. How will you make that into a positive? Because it can be done. I'm sitting here today. It can be done. Hope this helps. Have a great, great, great day.